As we look deeper into this roundup, we wonder how cops can possibly be prepared for an encounter like that one. The life and death decision to shoot or not shoot can come down to a split second. Kelly Joyce talked one-on-one today with a police training instructor. She's live from the police academy at Seminole Community College. And Kelly, it's obvious there's a lot more involved here than just pointing and shooting. These guys have to go through some serious training.
That's right. I talked to a police academy instructor here at Seminole Community College. He trains a lot of the officers that are in our area. We showed him the video, and he gave us a play-by-play of how these officers are trained and how these officers in yesterday's case responded in this case. Now, we want to tell you, if you have any small children in the room, this is a bit violent. You might want to have them leave for just a minute. Federal, state, and local cops surround our Trail Golden's Orlando home, trying to serve a warrant. Looking in the windows, they see Golden running from the front to back. Look at this slow-motion video of Golden's car pulling out of the driveway as officers yell for him to stop. Watch the Orange County Sheriff's deputy. Golden's car is headed right for him. He's moving to the side and shooting at the same time. Police Academy instructor Richard Weinblatt says this is a lot harder than it looks.
See, the car's there. He can't get out of the way fast enough. He's trying to get out of the way while he's shooting, which actually is quite good. There's a lot of training involved in shooting and moving.
Now go back again and listen. You hear the officers as they prepare for the worst.
You notice from the video, all of the officers have their firearms pointed in a safe direction. They're very careful of crossfire because not only do they have to worry about the target that they're shooting at, but any officers or innocent civilians in the background.
Weinblatt says there's a method to these actions. It doesn't matter if it's a U.S. Marshal or an Orange County Sheriff's deputy. They all know the basics. Basics like keeping your finger off the trigger until you're ready to make a conscious decision to shoot.
We don't want to overreact, get scared, because officers are human beings, we get scared too, and squeeze that trigger. Maybe they fall back or something. It's called a sympathetic reflex, when you squeeze and contract muscles. And you don't want to squeeze and contract the finger muscle because that'll push the trigger.
Take another close look at the video. You can see the officers are standing near the corners of the house for protection, but they're not too close.
They're always by that wall so they have a position to cover if they come under fire.
Now, I have some advice for any of you who happen to be in a situation where there are bullets flying. Not that you ever want to be in that situation, but my reaction yesterday when the bullets were flying was to dive down under our news vehicle. Now, I talked to some of the marshals afterwards, and they said in this case, the bullets were shot toward the ground. In some of the cases there, they were shot downward, and bullets can actually travel along the ground almost for 2 blocks in some cases. And he said, in that case, bullets flying toward the ground, you want to actually find a place to stand by and squat so you're covering your vitals, and you stay like that until it's all over with. Amy?
And Kelly, I imagine the training they go through, they must have to go back through training periodically, because after a while you need a little bit of a refresher course on this stuff.
Yeah, they do go through training often. In some cases, it's annually, sometimes every couple of years, couple of months in some cases. And one other piece of information, a lot of these officers, when they're involved in this, it's so traumatic, they have to see psychologists. That's part of the standard operating procedure. And then a lot of times they get a couple of days off to try and recoup, because for anyone, this is emotional. And these guys have to see a lot of this a lot of the time.
Yeah, no kidding. All right, Kelly, thanks. And if you want to see more of this exclusive video, everything you just saw and more is posted on our website. You're going to find it all at myfoxorlando.com. It is right on our homepage.